Hey there. So, I have a second beer from the Death Valley Brewing Company that my friends brought back for me. The Death Valley Brewing Company's slogan is "When you're dying for a cold one." Super true because apparently it was 95 in Death Valley in mid-March. So that's kind of intense. So this is Celtic Kiss Coffee Stout, 6.9%. And when I had gotten it, it was only full to about here. And so I thought that it had spent a lot of time. I think they brought it for me last Tuesday. So I've had it a week tomorrow. And I was thinking that I had let it sit too long and poured it kind of hard to make sure that it wasn't super flat. And then it bubbled over because it's not super flat. So it was probably really carbonated, or they backfilled it with CO2 and I didn't know. I don't know. Anyway. Color-wise, beautiful dark color. The light coming in over top of it has a little bit of a red hint to it. Definitely bubbly. It has calmed down into a nice creamy head, which is good. Yeah, beautiful beer. Aroma-wise, lots of coffee out of this, and some sweetness. It almost smells like sweetened iced coffee, which generally speaking in the coffee world I don't care for, but is a really great aroma. It also kind of reminds me of this beer I like a lot that High Water Brewing Company does. That's called Campfire Stout S'mores beer. Smells like that. That beer is amazing. So any reminiscing on that beer is happy for me. Tasting. This is a really, really, really good beer. Stouts oftentimes are very bitter in the finish. And I kind of have a love-hate relationship with stouts because I like all of the roastiness that's going on, but the bitter finish is a little intense for me sometimes. So I have to be in a very specific mood for that, or drink mulled stouts to deal with that. And I'm even wondering if this isn't like a sweet stout. Anyway, so this has a lot of sweetness to it. Even though it has coffee, I don't get that bitterness out of it, which is really nice. So it's somewhat of a dessert beer in that respect. I remember one time I had ordered espresso vodka, and it tasted like this. And it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't sweet because vodka's not really that sweet necessarily, but it just reminds me so much of this. Anyway, it was delightful. So it's just really great coffee flavor. It's got some sweetness to it, so it really brings out the coffee flavor. We're not really focusing on the bitterness in the finish. Lots of roastiness. A slight hint of like the smell of a tobacco store. So it's kind of that earthiness to it. Overall, this is a really, really, really good beer. The other one that I had from here was Cucamonga, something like that. I've forgotten. It was also really, really good. So far, 2 out of 2 for the Death Valley Brewing Company. Great beers, cool logo, and really cool reusable bottles. So people will be getting my beers that I brew in these bottles. So spoiler alert on that. Anyway, so that is the Celtic Kiss Coffee Stout at 6.9% alcohol by volume from the Death Valley Brewing Company. Delightful beer. If you get the opportunity, check it out. Cheers. Thanks for watching.